We hit 100! Woohoo! Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a bit of a special one. We've hit 100 subscribers in less than 3 weeks or so. So I'm making this to say, first of all, a massive thank you to everyone who's actually helped me out and supported me with Twitter or YouTube or anything at all. It's been amazing so far and I really can't wait to see where this takes me and things like that. So massive thank you. Thank you so much. So I also wanted to talk about the direction of my channel and where I think I'll be going in the future and how I think I'm going so far. With things like the frequency of how much I'm uploading, it hasn't been very consistent so far. It's not like I've got a series going every other day or something, it's just kind of what suits my life. So because I'm working part-time and studying full-time, it's just not my priority as much as I would love it to be. So you kind of have to bear with me a little bit longer until I sort things out in that regard, but I'm just enjoying it. The types of games I've got going at the moment, that kind of new indie stuff, is working really well for my channel, I think. Although some indie games don't really suit, games like Mandagon, I've kind of realised that it's really better if you play those in your own time with your own experience instead. So I probably won't be uploading another one of those unless people really ask for it. So I'm just kind of learning what suits the channel, and I think bigger games and things like that work really well. With the collabs and things like that, I've done 2 so far, one with Avenged One and with Affro, and they've been so much fun. I actually think I want to do one at least once a week or maybe every 2 weeks or something, depending on the interest. It's so much fun, I enjoy uploading, it's something I look forward to, and you guys seem to enjoy it as well, so I'll definitely keep that up. With my kind of how-to videos, like the length one that I've posted, I got an amazing response to that. People absolutely loved it and I've had so many more views than all my other videos on that one. So I'm thinking of doing some more. I actually kind of give feedback to people when they automated message me. Like if they say, check out my channel or something, I actually will, and I won't always subscribe, but I'll give them a bit of feedback and stuff of just what I've learned so far. And I think making a kind of a series out of that could be a really cool thing. So definitely looking into it. If you've got any ideas, let me know, because it sounds really good so far. But without further ado, we'll get stuck into the Q&As, the bit that you've all been waiting for. And we hit it off with Almighty Miss You. They say, congrats Missy. Thank you, it's been great. What's your favorite video game? Now this one is so easy for me to answer. I've played The Legend of Zelda for maybe 1,000 hours. It's part of my childhood. It's still part of my life today. And I had a Nintendo 64 and played Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and the stories in those games. If you want to chat about Legend of Zelda, hit me up because I can talk for hours, but favorite game of all time would definitely be Majora's Mask. Brian asks, when do you think the world will end? This is kind of a funny one because I don't really believe in prophecies and things like that. Like back a few years ago when people predicted the world's end, I was just like, as if. You can't just like out of nowhere have the world's end. So I think it has to be from something. And I think unfortunately that it will actually be from humans. We're kind of slowly but surely destroying the world, and yeah, it's not pretty, but I think not in my lifetime, not in anyone's lifetime. Hopefully the Earth like outgrows or outlives humans, but I don't know, I can't really say that one. I'm just hoping it's not soon. Bucket asks, how many hours do you put into YouTube a day? Some days it'll be none. Some days I just won't put in any at all. With my job and studying, I just can't afford to make that my priority for the day sometimes. So that's why I'm kind of a little bit inconsistent, as I said before. But when I do upload something, it'll probably take maybe an hour to set up and record, depending on the length of the video and who I'm doing it with, if I am. And maybe 3 to 4 hours of editing. So altogether, no more than maybe 5 hours if I kind of work on it and not just kind of get slack and do other things. But oh my God, Australian internet is the absolute worst. So actually uploading it can take like 2 hours sometimes, and I can fit in study during that time, but it can take a long time for that part alone. So look, YouTube is very time consuming, but I'm loving it. So it takes a long time, but I'm more than happy to put that in. Frozen Call List says, what is your favorite snack? Now, in Australia, we call McDonald's Macca's, and I absolutely love Macca's. I will go for a small cheeseburger meal if we pass one. Like, it is my favorite thing ever. I know it's not very healthy, but it's great. And probably my favorite drink would have to be, can't go past good fruit smoothie. Berry smoothies are my absolute favorites. I can buy one from our little place we got called Boost Juice, and it's amazing. Ghost Cloud says, congrats, thank you. Who are your favorite YouTubers? The people that I watch every single day, or give or take, would probably be people like Jacksepticeye or Markiplier, sometimes PewDiePie as well, but I also actually watch a lot of my friends who I talk to on Twitter and things like that who have their own gaming channels. So people like Avenged One and Affro who I have collabed with and things like that who I actually really know, I'll watch their stuff as well. It's really, really cool to kind of stay grounded, see how they're progressing kind of with you and support them as well, because I think that's the most important part of the small YouTuber community is to be able to support each other. So that's what I do. I watch them all the time. They're my favorites. Green Plantain asks, if you were a serial killer, what part of your victims would you keep as a souvenir? Now, this is kind of funny because I'm actually kind of studying to deal with people like this, so to become one myself would be the most ironic thing ever. But I don't know. I think I'm probably more of a person who would take like a Polaroid picture or something and kind of keep that instead. But I don't know, I feel like decaying limbs or something would kind of turn me off the whole idea a little too much. But oh, if not a photo, then maybe like a finger or something. Something that it's not a big deal. Like I can kind of deal with a finger, I think. So finger. Jellyfish Bones asks, what kind of setup do you use to record your videos? So this one is a little bit different. I've actually got maybe 3 or 4 lights on in the room and got a little lav mic on just because I know a friend who is totally into all that stuff. So that's really handy. But usually I've got a Rode NT2A. I use a pair of Audio-Technica ATH M50Xs as my headphones, and I've got just a little MacBook Pro that I'm recording off pretty much everything, and my Samsung Galaxy S6, which is you guys that I'm looking into right now. I use that to record. It's not much, but it does the job. It's terrible in low light, that's why I've got a bunch of lights on at the moment, but look, it does the job, and I think that's the most important thing about YouTube is understanding that making a start is the most important thing. My friend Manny asks, where do you go where you're angry? A place that calms you down. I don't really kind of get that kind of violent angry where I punch a wall or anything. I'm kind of one of those people who kind of contain it a little bit more. But I have been recently going up to like a lookout with my friends and kind of sitting in the car and looking at like all the street lights in the city at the moment, and that's really awesome. It kind of just lets you sit and there's no massive distractions or anything. So I probably picked there, somewhere kind of sentimental and quiet. I've got a question from Mr. McFuture asking, who inspired you to make the YouTube videos? So like I mentioned, Jacksepticeye and people like that I watch every day have actually been my inspiration as well. And Jack in particular, because he's just human. His motivation for his videos and the reason why he keeps doing them is what inspires me. He doesn't do them for the fame or the money, that just kind of comes as a bonus extra so he can support himself with it. He's always remained genuine and human, and that's what I hope to do as well. Even though all his success and having his own panel this year, which was incredible, he did fantastic on that. He's just been so grounded, and I think that's what inspires me the most. He can have fun, but he can still be a person as well. Simon asks, major question, are you Australian? Yes, Simon, you know full well that I am, and you are too, so don't give me any of that, okay? But real question, what got you started into YouTube? Apart from being inspired by people like Jack and things like that, I actually was pretty bored. I hadn't had a hobby for a little while. I actually played music for like 8 years or so, and I had enough. It got a little bit too much. So I was just kind of sitting at home watching YouTube videos and things like that all day, every day. And I kind of woke up one morning and was like, you know what? I really, really enjoy doing this, so why not make it my own thing? And why not have fun myself? Because I love games equally as YouTube. So combine the two and you've got yourself a new hobby. So a little bit out of boredom, but mostly because it just looks like fun, you know? It's just something I can enjoy in my spare time. Smoking Shadow says, congrats on 100 subs. Thank you very much. And he says, is there a backstory to how you got your name? And the answer to that is no. It's just the name that I had for my previous consoles and my Steam account, things like that, and it just kind of makes sense to keep it. I actually Googled it before I started and no one else had that name on YouTube or Twitter, so I kept it and I went with it. So that's no fancy story there, sorry. Now this one isn't really kind of a question, but it kind of brings attention to the fact that the support I have is incredible. So I gotta give credit where it's due, your channel has grown really fast. It sure has, it's been unbelievable. People can take a really long time to hit 100 subs depending on how they kind of start out and things like that. So to get it under 3 weeks has been amazing. And I just really want to thank you all so much for your support and for your feedback and things like that. It's how I'm learning, and it's how I hope to continue to learn. I never want to shut people out or anything like that. So if you're ever just having a quiet day or something and you're bored, message me. I'm a person, I'll reply. And look, it just means the world to me to know that people are actually there kind of watching your videos on a regular basis. It's amazing. Zenerus says, congrats again, Missy. Thank you. Where do you see your channel in the next few years, and have you had any major challenges so far? So next few years, if I can keep it up that long, which I hope to, I just want to be able to support myself. I don't really mind what's actually in the content so long as I'm enjoying it and it's respectful. But if I can support myself with the monetization, if I put that up later on, that's all I could ever hope for in the next few years, I suppose. And challenges so far is probably things like time management and learning how to edit things quickly but efficiently as well. And so I'm just kind of learning as I go. So hopefully the time that I take to actually upload a video will become less and less as I get better and things like that. But that's probably the hardest thing, is time management, planning it and actually not getting slack on it either. So working on it. So that does it for the Q&A part of the video, but I do want to just include like a little shout out just to thank the people who have helped me so far. To Avenged One, who actually was one of the first people I met on Twitter. He helped me out with my Photoshop. I had absolutely no idea. It all went like over my head. I couldn't even like move a picture around because it was just brand new to me. I had no idea. So to make my thumbnails and stuff, he helped me with that, and I've collabed with him and it's been so much fun. Thanks to Affro for also collabing with me and talking to me on a regular basis. It's so nice to have people to talk to a lot, and he's actually become a really good mate of mine, so thank you. To people like Review Tubes, TVB Plays and Green Plantain, they've been with me since the start and they've supported me and given me feedback and things, and it means so much. Thank you guys. To P&G Gaming, who's actually hit 1,000 subs recently. Like, congrats man, that's amazing. He actually involved me in a little group chat as well and supported me that way, and thank you. Like, I can't even, there's so many people I want to thank, and I'm probably going to miss a few here, so if I do, don't take it personally. Thank you so much for supporting me, each and every one of you. It's incredible. And lastly, to ChilledTales, who actually gave me a massive shout out in one of his videos. I'll link it down below for you to see for yourself, but he said some really lovely things in there, and it's just amazing to see support in different ways as well. To be shouted out in a video unexpectedly is incredible. And the guy is actually so lovely. I chatted with him afterwards. He's such a genuine person. So if you haven't seen his content yet, please do, because people like that deserve to be recognized for being a person and for also having good content. It's incredible. Thank you so much. So that'll do it. I'm so excited for the future. I don't know where it'll take me, but if I can do this in under 3 weeks, then I can't wait to see what I can do in, say, a year. So thank you so much for supporting me so far. I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.